We're here with the Plymouth Chronicle at Market Hall in Devonport for an amazing opening of an exhibition. It's a national exhibition called Helios, and it's a collaboration between the National Trust at Saltram and Real Ideas here at Market Hall. Come inside and check it out. So here we are. We're here inside Market Hall, and this is Helios. It's a 7-metre sculpture. It's effectively a hot air balloon of the sun with amazing scientific photos put on it, all around it, to show the sun. It's incredible. My impressions are just kind of stunned, kind of amazed really. When you walk in, it's the first thing you see. It stands out, it's huge, as you can see, and it's really, really impressive. And I think it just gives a really amazing sense of the scale of the sun, the power of the sun, and all that it brings to life, I suppose. It's a remarkable collaboration. It's a collaboration between the National Trust at Saltram and here at Market Hall, and it's open to the public and free to access for anyone in Plymouth, anyone who wants to come down and visit. It's a remarkable thing, and I definitely encourage you to come down and check it out.
So I'm Tom Freshwater, Head of Visitor Programming at the National Trust in the national team, and I'm here to help the launch of Helios. Brilliant.
Well, it's great to be here, Tom, and thank you for your time. First off, tell us, what is Helios?
Well, Helios, you can see behind me, is this amazing 7-metre diameter inflated sculpture of the sun created by Luke Jerram, based on really tight scientific data. So you can see all the textures, some of the anomalies that create things like Aurora Borealis. It's a really accurate model of the sun that's 7 metres diameter. And we've been touring it around a number of places this year.
That's amazing. So, you mentioned there you have been touring it. You've been part of that tour. What's the kind of response been like for this as you've toured around the country?
Everybody pretty much universally loves it, but they do react in their own way. I think one of the things about it is you get a bit of a sense of scale, a wow to it, because it's all about the most universal thing that there is, right? The sun. Everybody gets that. But also just to my right here, you'll see the little scale model of the Earth, which is very, very, very small. And then if you place yourself in that Earth in relation to the sun, you suddenly get this real sense of how small people are in relation to all of that, and it's so fragile as well. And part of the quality of the work is that it's an inflatable sculpture, but it has this enormous presence, and it also starts to make you think about the turning of the year, the turning of the Earth, as well as the sun, nature, the source of all our life. And one of the things that the National Trust cares passionately about is nature and people's access to nature. And we're just launching our 10-year strategy this year for the next 10 years ahead. And so we're using this tour of the sculpture just to draw people's attention to that and to some of the great places where really interesting work is happening, which is why we've come to Plymouth with it.
Well, tell us a little bit about then specifically in Plymouth. We're here in Market Hall. What's that been like as a collaboration? Because it's between Saltram, isn't it? And then obviously having it physically here at Market Hall as well.
Absolutely, yes. So we're working closely with the Real Ideas organisation, the wonderful people who run this venue here. And that's part of a wider collaboration, I believe, to really help inspire people around Plymouth about caring for nature. And Saltram, the team who are working with the Real Ideas organisation, are doing so much at that site to welcome more people in more ways. For example, there's whole areas of landscape that are being restored, which will have accessible pathways. That work is underway now. We're hoping to open it in the spring of next year, and that'll be whole bits of landscape that people won't have seen before. And I think there'll be ongoing collaborations looking at how to connect with people of Plymouth as well, and bring new events and ideas to them as well.
Amazing. So some practical questions then. What is here? Obviously you can see behind you a massive scale model of the sun, but what else is here for people to experience? Because there's sounds going on, there's also boards with presentations and things for people to learn. Talk us through the whole experience.
Absolutely. So you come in here, and some people may know Market Hall, some may not, but you come in and it's a fairly plain venue from outside, and you open the door and suddenly there's this enormous presence in the biggest space that there is, and it feels like it's barely contained by it. So there are some informational panels to tell you a little bit more about the making of it. So Luke Jerram talks to you about that, his process, how he gets his ideas and how he's made it. There's also some information about the context, Saltram and what they're doing. But you can come and enjoy this wonderful space with its walkways, its stairwells, its balconies, and come and sit and enjoy that. people often spend like 45 minutes, an hour just bathing underneath the sun. I've seen kids do endless cartwheels for longer than I thought it was possible to do cartwheels underneath. So it really is for everybody, young and old alike. Come and enjoy and explore it. And when you find the Earth, just imagine yourself the size of that, and you get a bit dizzy. So then go and have a sit down and enjoy it some more after that.
Brilliant, brilliant. So practically then, what is it made of? And also, what are the images that we're looking at? How have you got those images of the sun?
So the images of the sun are done by working with scientists who actually record it incredibly accurately. So I can't remember the exact number, but there's many images have been combined together digitally to create this overall wraparound. And Luke is based in Bristol, which you might know is a centre of balloon technology. So it's actually using hot air balloon technology and fabrics. And there is a way that it stays sort of inflated at the right level. There's also a lighting scape inside to help bring to life the kind of rippling surface of the sun, which is to do with the fact that it's always changing, as it's boiling with fire all the time. So it really brings it to life in that way.
So my name's Olivia Meeson. I'm the Visitor Operations and Experience Manager for Saltram in Plymouth.
Amazing. Olivia, it's great to be here. Tell us a little bit about then Helios and what it means specifically for you guys at Saltram to have it here in Plymouth.
Yeah, it's really exciting. It's a National Trust commission artwork by Luke Geran, which is, it's an incredible piece of artwork to have in the city. And we've worked in partnership with Market Hall and Rio to put it here in this amazing space. And we want to make it as accessible as possible. So it's totally free to come and see for the entire week. It's really brilliant that we can be a part of that.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's really unique. Obviously, talk to me then about that collaboration then, because obviously it's not here physically in Saltram, but it is a Saltram Commission, National Trust, but based down here in the Market Hall. Talk to us about that collaboration.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously it being such a large sculpture, there's lots of kind of logistical things that we need to try and work through. And originally we thought about putting it kind of outside at Saltram, but some of the limitations of that meant that we wouldn't be able to show it as much as we wanted to be able to. So by working with Market Hall, we've got the perfect space to be able to house a 7-metre in diameter sun, but it also means that we can put it in the middle of the city, and it's more accessible, and people can learn more about Saltram and then come and visit us afterwards, hopefully.
Yeah, so good. So tell us a bit about the practicalities of it. Sort of how long is it here for? What are the dates that it's here? How can people access it?
Yeah, absolutely. So it opens to the public from Saturday the 20th, and it's here until the 28th of September. And it's open generally 10 till 4 every day, with some late nights and also some events that they do need to be booked. So head over to the Market Hall website for those. But yeah, it's here for the entire time.
So good. So obviously you're based in Saltram, so you're based here in Plymouth. So presumably at some point in the last few days and weeks, this has been your first time seeing it. Talk to us about your first impressions of Helios and seeing this massive scale model of the sun. What's it been like for you as just someone viewing it?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's been in the works since February this year, and it's one thing sort of planning it in your head and trying to visualise this incredible sculpture, but seeing it in the space, it's quite overwhelming actually. It's if you look at it for a long amount of time, it makes you feel a certain way, and with the soundscape and everything, it's just an amazing thing to kind of walk in, and I think it'd be really beneficial to people in lots of different ways, and I think that's really brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. So what are you hoping people will get from it as visitors themselves?
I'm hoping really that people just come and get to experience a piece of cultural art that maybe they wouldn't have been able to before, because it's totally free, and that's really important to us. But also it's almost quite spa-like. If you sit underneath it, there'll be bean bags and there's a soundscape, so it's almost a bit of escapism, I think, and that's what we'd love to offer people with it.
I am Fiona Macmillan, MACMILLAN, and I'm Property Operations Manager for Saltram, the National Trust here in Plymouth.
Amazing. So tell us a little bit about Helios in terms of what it means to Saltram to have it down here.
So it's really about connecting what we do, culture, creativity, community, bringing it from the property, from Saltram, out into the city. It's free for everyone to enjoy, and we just want to share it. And it's part of our wider ambition to make everything we do and that we can offer to people's lives accessible.
Amazing, amazing. And what were your impressions of it when you first saw it set up in this space?
I thought it was amazing. I couldn't believe how, I've seen it before, but in this space, how the scale of it, how big it is, just how it makes you feel, I think. And if you take a moment to really absorb the sound and look at it, I think that it can give you a little moment for yourself. Yeah, I loved it.
Amazing, amazing. So, next question, a bit connected to that, really, I suppose. What do you hope the public will get from it? What is your hope, kind of bringing this to Plymouth, being part of that team that you hope people will get from being here and seeing this?
I think they hope they just feel in awe of it and inspired, and that they can think about other opportunities to come and see some fantastic artwork. We have an awful lot at Saltram that we'd love to share with people, and we'll be doing more of that in the next few years with all sorts of activity that we're gonna be doing, and also think about the sun, nature, its connection to everything really, and again, bring it back to your own well-being and getting outside, and that's another thing we'd love to be able to offer. We do offer to an awful lot of people, but there's many more that can come and enjoy what we've got. Yeah.
So good, so good. So talk to us a little bit about the collaboration then, because obviously, as you say, it's not in Saltram itself, it's here in Market Hall. How did that come about?
Well, quite frankly, it's huge. It's really big, and we would have loved to have put it inside of the house at Saltram, but it is just too big. We talked about putting it into our garden, but it's quite delicate. So if you live in Plymouth, you'll know it's wet and windy. So that was proving quite difficult, and it was actually an idea that our general manager had, that to bring it here. We work with Rio, sometimes we work across Devonport, we have some rangers that work here, so he thought actually this could be a fantastic venue to hold it, and it would be open it would be open most likely all of the time for free, and would be even more accessible than it being at Saltram.
Yeah, so good, because it's quite centrally located, isn't it? And so it's kind of more in the heart of the city here in Devonport as well. Run us through the dates that it's available and the times and how people can access it.
So we open on Saturday, and it's roughly open 10 till 4 daily, but do check the website because there's a few slight changes, but there's a couple of late nights, there's even a silent disco, you can do yoga under the sun, there's all sorts to see and do with it, so check the website for